With the disappointing season that was summer 2024 anime season, it's time to start talking about the fall 2024 anime season that's starting in late September. And this one looks way more promising. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about my top 10 most anticipated anime of fall 2024. And we're gonna start off with the controversial anime of the season. If my wife becomes an elementary school student. Yeah, that one you already know is gonna ruffle some feathers. In fact, when this anime was announced, it ruffled some feathers. So much that I actually went and read the first chapter of the anime because I was like, there's no way this anime and manga is about what everybody thinks it's about. And no, it's not about anything weird, but it does get weird, and some manga readers have told me that this one actually has some very weird, kind of messed up moments in there, but I don't know because I did not read that far. I only read the first chapter, and essentially the wife of this man passes away, and essentially he becomes like depressed. He doesn't want to live anymore, and his daughter is also living the same way. They're all kind of depressed. They're not talking to each other, and the wife that gets reincarnated into an elementary school student, she comes back to try and get her family to essentially, you know, get back up on their feet, right? Essentially get over the fact that she passed away. And she tells her husband very clearly that she has no intentions of coming back as his wife, that she is going to live her new life as a child, right? So definitely it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be controversial. It's definitely gonna be weird. So that's one of the reasons why I included it on this list. I don't know if I'm actually gonna watch this, but I know at the very least there's gonna be some heavy topics in here and some people are gonna be talking about it. But let me know if you're gonna check this one out, or is it just a little too weird based on the name. Next, at number 9, we got Dragon Ball Daima. And this one, when it was first announced, a lot of people were unhappy because they really wanted a Dragon Ball Super continuation. And we're not getting that, right? This definitely feels like a little filler camp of the Dragon Ball franchise. And I'm just gonna check it out because, again, it's Dragon Ball. I grew up with Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball. And there's not really much to talk about, right? This almost feels like GT, where Goku was turned into a kid. And again, it seems like that's going to be the main plot point for this one as well, right? Everybody gets turned into like their kids version, and they're gonna go on an adventure, whatever the case may be. I really don't know too much about this project. I'm kind of wondering if Akira Toriyama was involved in this project before he passed away, unfortunately. But who knows, right? But at the very least, it's Dragon Ball. It deserves to be checked out at the very least. Is it gonna be good? Is it gonna be bad? Who knows? But let me know if you're excited for this one. Coming in at number 8, we got Demon Lord 2099. Now, this is one of those reverse isekai, you could say, where the Demon Lord gets reincarnated into like modern world times, right? And in this scenario, I'm guessing the year 2099. I don't know anything about this anime. Again, I'm going in blind, but we don't get too many reverse isekais out here, so we're gonna see how this one pans out. The animation seems to be okay for like the trailer that we got. I'm definitely gonna keep the 3-episode rules handy for this one because, again, I have no idea what this is gonna be about. But if you have read like the light novels or the manga, maybe, you know, give me your rating of this one, your personal opinion on this one in the comments down below. Now, coming in at number 7, we got one of the most popular anime in 2023, Blue Lock. Now, this is a sports anime, and honestly, I love the idea that it flips the whole, oh, we're gonna win the tournament together as a team, as friends, and it, you know, it turns it into this whole ego thing. Absolutely love the idea. And when I was reacting to this anime, my biggest concern, of course, was, well, yeah, this is how the premise is going to start out, but I'm sure later on they're all gonna be friends and BFFs, and they're gonna love each other. And, you know, manga readers were assuring me, no, that's not what's going to happen. So I'm definitely hyped with season 2. I cannot wait to see more of Blue Lock. Definitely one of the best sports anime out there. Now, with how popular it was in 2023, I really do hope that season 2 just goes away with the whole CGI thing, right? Like season 1, I really do love the art style and the animation, but there were some scenes in there that were CGI, and it kind of threw me off. And I absolutely hate CGI, so if they can just get away with it, I would just love to see 2D animation with Blue Lock. But yeah, really excited for Blue Lock. Let me know if you're excited for this one as well. Next, we got Loner Life in Another World. And if you know me, I'm a sucker for isekai, right? Now, I have no idea if this is gonna be good. I actually read the first chapter once again just to get an idea what this anime is about. And it's essentially the main character and his whole classroom get isekai into another world. But the main character, he knew he was about to get isekai and he did not want the responsibility. So he decided to just run away from the summon transportation circle, but alas, he was still caught in it and he was one of the last people to get transported. And bad for him, everybody got to choose a skill, and since he was the last one, all the good skills were gone. So the god, out of frustration, just decided to give him every single skill that was left over. So I'm sure he's gonna be super OP in the next round. I mean, he literally just got all the leftover skills, and I'm sure there's gonna be some broken combinations in there. So it's gonna be more comedic, I think. I don't think it's gonna be like a serious story. So I'm gonna check it out and see how it goes. You know, the good 3-episode rule applies here, because after chapter 1, I have no idea how it's going to go. But hey, I am a sucker for isekai, so I'm gonna check it out. Next, coming in at number 5, we got yet again another isekai. Yes, I know, but like I said, I'm a sucker for isekai. This one is called As a Reincarnated Aristocrat, I'll Use My Appraisal Skill to Rise in the World, Season 2. Now this, I have nothing to say, right? This is like your generic isekai, but for some reason, I found myself coming in and watching it weekly whenever season 1 was airing. Like, I just really wanted to see what happened next in the story. Like, I like the characters, and again, it's nothing special when it comes to isekai, right? Like, we can't really compare this to like the Mushoku Tensei's, that Slime or Re:Zero, right? Because it's not in that tier of isekai, but it's just one of those chill isekais that I just want to come back to every week, and I'm definitely going to be coming back for season 2. Now, when it comes to the premise of this anime, it's very simple. The main character, he gets reincarnated and he has an appraisal skill where he can essentially look at anybody and see their affinity to certain skills, to certain behaviors and stuff like that. And because he knows there's going to be a civil war in his country down the line, he starts gathering very powerful allies with very good skills so that they can help him get ready for this civil war. And with season 1, we got to see the story progress to the point where the civil war actually started. So we're right in the middle of it. So I can't wait to see how that storyline is going to end and what's going to be the next arc. But again, I gotta be honest, this is your generic, super generic isekai, but for some reason, again, I just find myself coming back to it. But let me know if you actually watched season 1, or let me know if you're gonna check it out. But hey, don't blame me if you don't like it, alright? Like I said, it's very generic. Now, coming in at number 4, we got Uzumaki, and no, it's not Naruto Uzumaki. This Uzumaki is a horror anime based on Junji Ito's manga with the same name. Now, Junji Ito probably sounds familiar because this guy is known as the horror king over there in Japan. He has done a lot of horror manga. I haven't really seen any of his work in the past. I don't know if I've seen one of his anime or anything like that, but at the very least, I know that Uzumaki I'm really looking forward to. I feel like the anime genre of horror struggles a lot. It's kind of like a hit or miss. So probably seeing, you know, an anime based on one of the most influential horror mangakas out there, it's probably gonna be good, right? And honestly, I was browsing a manga store and I went through some of the pages of the Uzumaki manga, and what I saw in there was absolutely gruesome. I mean, it was messed up. So coming into Uzumaki, I really hope they don't censor it, and if they do censor, I hope it's not that bad that it ruins the anime, because again, what's the point of doing something like this gruesome and this, you know, horror level stuff if you're just gonna censor half the screen, right? It wouldn't make any sense. So hopefully the censoring on here is not bad, and we'll see how it goes. But if you're familiar with Junji Ito's work, let me know in the comments what I should be looking forward to, because yeah, this one is probably gonna be insane, and I am gonna be making reaction videos to this one. It just all depends on the scheduling, because there's other anime that I want to make reaction videos on this season, and if it all falls on the same day, it's gonna be scheduling issues, right? But yeah, Uzumaki, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this one. Next, coming in at number 3, we have Ball Daa. Now, this anime just went through some leaks, which is absolutely sad. I haven't seen any of the leaks. I believe either like 4 episodes or the whole season was leaked. Who knows? I haven't seen anything. I'm actually going in blind into this anime, but I know a lot of manga readers, they swear by it, they love it. And honestly, the anime just looks like it has a high production value, so the animation, the action, all of that is going to be there, and I absolutely can't wait to see this one. Now, it's coming out on Netflix, and honestly, I wish it would have released all episodes on the same day so we could binge watch it. I honestly want to see what the impact on the industry will be if we actually get to release like a whole season, like a whole anime season in one day, kind of like the Netflix format, right? Because I would love to see how that impacts like the manga sales and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, they make anime to sell the manga, right? And honestly, I really do hope that Dan Da Dan just explodes in popularity, because Weekly Shonen Jump right now, they're gonna be struggling with Jujutsu Kaisen ending, My Hero Academia ending, and all their big names ending, right? So Dan Da Dan, definitely one of my most anticipated anime of the season. I know a lot of people are excited for it. I know a lot of manga readers are swearing by it. So yeah, I can't wait to actually get my hands on this one. Next, coming in at number 2, we got another anime that just came out of nowhere and it exploded in popularity. And this one is, of course, Shang La Frontia. Now, this is one of those VR MMO anime. It's not an isekai, but just as an MMO player, I absolutely just love this game, right? Like, I honestly wish we would get an MMO like Shang La Frontia. Not like the VR portion of it, right? Just like the world where, like, there's quests, secret quests that you can go into, and not a lot of people know about them. And exclusive, unique skills that only unlock after like a certain specific event happen. Just like this whole MMO thing just looks absolutely insane. Like, I honestly wish I could play this game. And honestly, after season 1, I went and read the manga, so I know there's some heavy stuff coming in the future. So I'm super excited for this one. And of course, the animation, the action sequence on here are all absolutely insane. One of the reasons why people love it as well. So with season 2 just coming around, yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep watching, because Shang La Frontier is greatness. And if you haven't seen it, you're missing out. So yes, Shang La Frontier, definitely put it on your watch list, because it's absolutely a great anime. Now, next we're gonna talk about some honorable mentions before we get to number 1. And of course, here I'm gonna be putting Bleach, the 1000-Year Blood War arc. Now, of course, Bleach, very popular anime. I just don't keep up with it weekly. I usually just wait till like 4 or 5 episodes are out, then I'll binge watch those, and then when the season ends, I'll finish up the season then. But you know, Bleach, I know a lot of people are gonna be watching this. Next, we got Sword Art Online Alternative. Now, it's Sword Art Online. I know SAO gets a lot of hate, but if it's anything like the Alicization seasons, then this one is going to be great. Now, this is based on Gun Gale Online, which is my least favorite SAO, so that's why I didn't want to really include it as my top 10 most anticipated anime. So we're going to see how that one goes. And then we're also going to talk about Damashi. Damashi, another very popular anime. I know it has like a cult following. Now, I've only seen like season 2 or season 3. I'm not really caught up all the way, but I know a lot of people really do love this series. I don't know if I ever catch up to Damashi. It's like a hit or miss, right? Like, I just really don't have the motivation to finish and catch up with it. But I know Damashi is definitely loved by a lot of people. So now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get to my number 1 most anticipated anime of the season. And that, of course, without any surprise here, it has to be Re:Zero. One of the best isekai out there. I know a lot of people love Re:Zero. I love Re:Zero. I made reaction videos to this when season 2 was coming out, and I also do plan to make reaction videos when this comes out in October. Now, we don't have a concrete date as of yet, so I'm really hoping that it's not on Sunday. That way I can make a video on not only, you know, Uzumaki, the horror anime, but I can also make reaction videos to Re:Zero. But if I have to pick one of the two, I'm probably gonna go with Re:Zero, right? Like, I absolutely just love Re:Zero. It's amazing. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the story. I definitely do need to watch like a recap video or something, because it's been such a long time. I definitely need to familiarize myself with the characters and stuff like that. But yes, Re:Zero, definitely my most anticipated anime of the season, and I can't wait to see this one. So there you go. These are my top 10 most anticipated anime of fall 2024. But let me know what you're watching. Let me know if you're watching an anime that's not on this list. I mean, there's like over 40 anime coming out, and I'm sure I missed some. And I would honestly like to know what you're watching, because you never know, right? I could have missed like an amazing anime and that I didn't even know about, and it's gonna be a 10 out of 10, and everybody's gonna be watching it, everybody's gonna love it, and I just missed it because I didn't know, right? So I'm definitely curious to see what you're watching, what you're most anticipated for, and let's have a discussion on it, right? But let me know what you think. And like always, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode. Peace out. Whoa.